Churchill's secret bunker inside the war rooms. 17 feet below the streets of London, Winston Churchill ran the most technologically advanced military operation in history. But the Churchill War Rooms weren't just a bunker. They were Britain's first command and control center, packed with innovations that wouldn't become standard until decades later. And some of the technology down there is still classified today. Welcome back to Churchill Uncovered. Today, we're going deep underground to explore Churchill's secret bunker, not just as a historical site, but as a revolutionary military innovation that changed how wars are fought. Because what happened in these rooms wasn't just about surviving the Blitz, it was about inventing modern warfare. The Underground Fortress. August 1940. The Blitz has begun. Every night, German bombers pound London. But 17 feet underground, in a maze of reinforced concrete rooms, Winston Churchill is orchestrating Britain's defense using technology that seems like science fiction. The Churchill War Rooms weren't just built for protection, they were designed as Britain's first integrated command center. Every room was connected by a revolutionary communication system. Maps were updated in real time using information from radar stations, spy networks, and code breakers. But here's what most people don't know. The war rooms were actually a prototype for something much bigger. Churchill was using this bunker to test technologies and procedures that would eventually be used in military command centers around the world. The map room, real-time intelligence revolution. The heart of the war rooms was the map room, and it was unlike anything that had ever existed before. This wasn't just a room with maps on the wall. This was the world's first real-time military intelligence center. Every map was updated continuously using information from chain-home radar stations detecting incoming aircraft, Y-service radio intercepts of German communications, ultra-decrypts from Bletchley Park, spy networks across occupied Europe, Royal Navy ships reporting U-boat positions. The colored pins and strings you see on the maps weren't just decorative, they represented a revolutionary information system. Churchill could see the entire war at a glance, updated minute by minute. But here's the innovation that changed everything. The map room operated 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This was the first military command center that never slept. While Hitler was making decisions based on day-old information, Churchill was working with intelligence that was sometimes only minutes old. The transatlantic telephone, secure communications innovation. In a small room next to Churchill's bedroom was one of the most important pieces of technology in the war rooms, the transatlantic telephone. But this wasn't just any phone. This was the world's first secure voice encryption system, allowing Churchill to speak directly with President Roosevelt without fear of German interception. The system, codenamed Sigsaly, used a technology so advanced that it filled an entire room with equipment. It converted speech into digital signals, encrypted them, and transmitted them across the Atlantic. The Germans never broke this code. Churchill used this phone to coordinate Lend-Lease shipments of weapons and supplies, joint military operations in North Africa and Europe, sharing of radar and sonar technology, planning for D-Day invasion. This secure communication system gave the Allies a massive advantage. While German commanders had to rely on radio messages that could be intercepted, Churchill could have real-time conversations with Allied leaders around the world. Churchill's bedroom, the 24/7 war leader. Churchill's bedroom in the war rooms reveals something crucial about his leadership style. He never stopped working. The bed was surrounded by multiple telephone lines to military commanders, a direct line to the BBC for broadcasting speeches, maps and charts that could be updated at any time, a dictation system for recording orders and memos. But the most important innovation was Churchill's work schedule. While other world leaders worked normal hours, Churchill operated on what he called total wartime. He would work until 3 a.m., sleep for a few hours, then be back in the map room by dawn. This wasn't just dedication, it was strategic. By working around the clock, Churchill could respond to developments faster than any other world leader. When German U-boats attacked a convoy, Churchill knew about it within hours and could redirect naval forces immediately. The bedroom also contained something remarkable, a direct communication line to British agents behind enemy lines. Churchill could literally speak to spies and resistance fighters across occupied Europe from his bed. The Cabinet Room, democratic innovation under pressure. The Cabinet Room in the War Rooms was where Churchill made some of the most important decisions in British history. But what made this room revolutionary wasn't just the decisions, it was how they were made. Churchill insisted that even in wartime, democratic processes had to continue. The Cabinet Room was equipped with recording equipment to document all decisions, secure communication lines to Parliament, maps and intelligence displays for informed decision-making, seating arranged to encourage debate and discussion. This was revolutionary because most wartime leaders ruled by decree. Churchill maintained democratic accountability even while bombs were falling overhead. Every major decision was debated, recorded, and justified. The room also featured an innovation that seemed simple but was actually groundbreaking. A central table where everyone could see the same maps and intelligence. This ensured that all cabinet members were working with the same information, preventing the confusion and miscommunication that plagued other governments. Legacy, the birth of the modern command centers. The Churchill War Rooms weren't just a wartime necessity, they were a prototype for the future. The innovations developed in these underground rooms became the foundation for NATO command centers during the Cold War, Pentagon situation rooms, modern military command and control systems, emergency government bunkers around the world. Churchill didn't just survive the war from these rooms, he invented the modern way of running wars. The integration of intelligence, communication, and decision-making that he pioneered is still used by military leaders today. So the next time you visit the Churchill War Rooms, remember, you're not just seeing where Churchill worked. During the war, you're seeing the birthplace of modern military command and control. These rooms represent Churchill's greatest innovation. Not a weapon or a machine, but a new way of thinking about leadership in the modern age. What other Churchill innovations should we explore? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more untold stories from history's greatest strategic innovator.